Hi, how are you doing today? I am doing okay. Thank you very much for coming to my channel. Welcome. If it's your first time here, karibu sana, asante kwa kuja. If it's not your first time here, if you're here watching, you have not subscribed, kindly consider subscribing. Today we are going to talk about postpartum. Now, there are some things that you're going to need to make your postpartum smooth, because if you don't know, postpartum can be very hard. So you're going to need to do a number of things to keep yourself comfortable and to maintain your mental health. So before I dive into the list, get comfortable. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to dive into the list in order of importance according to Auntie. The first thing is this. This is called a Sitz basin. This is how it looks like. It comes in two parts, the basin and the cord. Or rather, you would call it a bowl or a basin, depending on what you want to call it. Now, this one is important for especially if you had a vaginal delivery, because your perineal area, your genitals are sore. Probably you have stitches, so you need to treat them. You need to soothe the area using lukewarm saline water or salty water rather. In another video, I'll show you details of how it works. So in order of importance, number 1. Number 2 on that list is breastfeeding-friendly clothes. That could mean a breastfeeding gown. You need a number of those. By a breastfeeding gown, I mean something like, this is one of mine. I'm already breastfeeding. I'm still braving postpartum. So breastfeeding friendly clothes like this dress that has a zipper at the front, it makes breastfeeding very easy, because the first few weeks especially, your baby is going to be feeding every 2 hours. So you need to be ready to pop out the breasts, and you need gowns or clothes that are friendly enough for that. That could also mean something like this. You know, this one is, it has a zipper so I can open and close very easily. If I need to breastfeed, it's very easy. For example, I'm sure you have heard noises in the background. My baby is right here. So if he gets very cranky, I just need to pop out a breast, feed him, put him on the side and continue talking with you. So breastfeeding friendly clothes. Number 2 on that list. Number 3 on that list, a nursing pillow. Now, this is going to make breastfeeding easy for you, because after you have given birth, your back is quite weak, whether you had a CS or you had a natural birth. So when you sit to breastfeed, and of course you breastfeed very many times in a day, around 8 to 12 times, this one you can put it here. It will help you support your baby so that you don't have to slouch like this, or, you know, sit in positions that are uncomfortable. So this is going to be very important. Number 3 on that list. And number 4 on that list, we have breast pads. Now, breast pads are very important because when you give birth, especially those first weeks, you leak of milk. Sometimes your milk comes in fast and forceful. So as you go along your day, even when you're not breastfeeding, when your baby is asleep, your breast could be leaking. So you need to wear breast pads to catch the leaking milk. This one is disposable. It has adhesives behind here. You can stick it inside your bra, or you can even stick it inside your top or your dress, and it works very well. Now, there's also the option of the washable breast pads. I use those ones at home sometimes, but I would not recommend. You know why? Because when they fill up, they become saggy, and sometimes they slide out, and sometimes they even start, they're not very absorbent. So I would not recommend the rewashable ones. They're not very bad, you can use them at home, but these ones, disposable ones, I totally recommend. Number 5 on that list, you're going to need a breast pump. Now, postpartum, your breasts can be very, very heavy with milk. Milk can come in fast and furious. And sometimes you need to pump out the extra milk because when your breasts are very full, they can be painful. And also, pumping helps to maintain a healthy flow of milk, a healthy supply. And also, when you pump the milk, you can store it, probably in a freezer, so that if you are going back to work after your baby, maybe after 3 months or something like that, your baby can still be fed breast milk when you are away. Now, a breast pump looks like this. Like this. This one of mine is double electric. You can see it has 2 feeding bottles. It looks like this. And a pumping motor. Mine has already been assembled. In another video, I'll show you how to assemble and use it. And so keep it here for that. And also, you can have the option of a manual breast pump. You know, you use your hands. Now this one is electric, the other one is manual. But the disadvantage of this one is that if you don't have power, then you can't use it. So you can have both this one and the other one for convenience, or whatever works for your case. But a breast pump is very important for you. And now on to item number 6. We have breast milk storage cups. This is what they look like this. They come in a packet. These ones are ideal for storing your breast milk after you have pumped. You can use it in your fridge or in your freezer. And now you can also have the option of breast milk storage bags, but those ones are single use. I opted for these ones because you can repurpose them. You can reuse them, and in future when your child starts eating solid food, you can also use them to store the food or to pack the food when you're traveling or just going anywhere. So the good thing about these ones, you can repurpose them. Last in the list is a postpartum girdle belt. Do you say girdle or girdle? Girdle belt. Now, after you give birth, your stomach remains big for a while. And some people use different things to try and help the stomach go back to how it was before you were pregnant. For that purpose, some people will use a belt. This is what I have. You tie it on your stomach to help it shrink. It works for some people it doesn't work. For example, in my case, I tried tying this thing a few days after I had given birth. My stomach was still painful. I could not stand it. So you might need to wait, or if you want to brave the pain, you can go ahead, but just do what suits you. But it's important, if you want your stomach to go back, you just help it. It will still shrink. Your uterus is meant to shrink after you give birth, especially if you are exclusively breastfeeding. So if you want to help your stomach shrink after giving birth, you can use the postpartum girdle belt. Alternatively, you can use a lasso or a piece of cloth. There are some people who tie the lasso like this. I can show you a photo. There are also other fabrics that you can use to bind your stomach like this. But you go for what works for you. What works for me right now is the girdle belt. We have come to the end of this video. And now if you need to find any of the things that I have mentioned in this list, I'm going to put links for you down in the description so that you can find each and every item that I have mentioned. And also I think I need to show you how these things work. I might need to do a demonstration, maybe of the breast pump and everything. So watch out for that video. Now we have come to the total end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still